What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the Figure Bros. My name is Philip, and today we're doing something a little bit different. I talked about this, I teased it for a while. Today we're doing a rant and review on the Marvel Legends Gamerverse Spider-Man wave. I did complete all the videos. If you guys haven't seen them, please do me the big favor, check them out. And while you're doing that right now too, please do me the big favor, hit the like button. If you're new, consider hitting that subscribe button. Don't forget to also hit that notification bell so you guys never miss when Jared or I drop a video. Today we're going to be doing a little bit of a rant and review. Now, I've been teasing it throughout the entire process of pretty much reviewing the entire Gamerverse wave, and I wanted to do it at the very end. I wanted to kind of take some time, digest, go back and watch those videos, and really just give my full thoughts on the entire Spider-Man Gamerverse wave. Now, for this rant and review, I'm pretty much going to break it down to two simple categories, right? We got our pros and our cons. And I'm going to go ahead and get the pros out of the way, because the pros, they're pretty much their standard Marvel Legend pros, but for the cons, we got a lot to talk about. So for the first pro that I'm going to talk about this wave is that for the most part, they all look pretty good. Specifically, like Brooklyn 2099, we got the Peter Parker in the symbiote suit. He looks pretty good. And then, of course, we got the Miles Morales in the upgrade suit and the other Peter Parker in the anti-Venom. And again, I did reviews on all of these, so please go check them out. But for the most part, they all do look pretty good. They're pretty solid figures. They all are, at least right now, I think on Big Bad Toy Store, currently below $30. I think they're $27.99, so that's actually not bad, especially in today's current market. I do wish that Legends would go back to just being $20 standard. Unfortunately, it's not the world we currently live in. It's the world I wish we lived in. The aesthetics for at least the Miles characters are all pretty good. Brooklyn 29, upgraded suit, and even though I'm not a big fan of this figure, but if you're, a fan of Miles Morales and you really did like the suit from the game, at least you can actually get one of these, so you can kind of fill out your collection that way. The articulation for all of them are also pretty good, and that's pretty much all of the pros right there. The articulation is pretty good, and you'll get the poses that you want out of them, which is good for Marvel Legends. Is it better than Storm Collectibles, Mezco's, Mayfex's, SH Figuarts? Hell to the no, but is it good enough for at least a $27 figure? Yes, so that's a good thing to have. Those are all the pros that I can come up with. And now for the cons, because there's a lot to talk about when it comes to the cons, and I do want to get the pros out of the way, so I started off on the right foot, right? We're talking about some positives there. Those are the positives. For the negatives, the consistency problem. The one thing that I cannot stand throughout this entire wave is the inconsistency, specifically when we're talking about the accessories. I do think going forward from Marvel Legends, there needs to be a base standard for every single figure going forward when we're talking about their accessories. I think every figure should have 2 pairs of hands, not the ones that come with it, 2 pairs of hands, so with the 2 fists, maybe open and clawed, let's say the curved knuckles for just to say the example. So this way you have 3 pairs of hands coming out of the box. You should get at least 1 alternative head for every figure, and you should get some kind of blast effect accessory or something. So if we're talking about Miles Morales, the one thing Miles Morales is pretty much known for is his Venom shock. Every figure should come with a Venom shock. Every figure should have came with a standard web shoot like this. And if you want to throw in a couple of figures here and there throughout the wave with extra accessories like these ones, I'm all for that. That actually, I think, would make it worth buying a whole wave. But for the base standard, that's what I'm talking about. Alternative head, 2 pairs of hands, a web, especially with Spider-Man's, a web shoot, and also when we were talking specifically about Miles Morales, a Venom shock. Every figure in this wave should have came with it. The inconsistency was blowing me away throughout this entire wave, and it really was the most frustrating thing about this entire wave. The other thing too is we have a lot of QC issues throughout this wave. Almost every single figure that I unboxed had some QC issue or another. Now, again, we're talking about QC issues. They were minor, and you really have to really look for them. There was at least, I think, one figure. I think it was this one, the upgraded suit. Yeah, I had this piece of glue that really stuck out right here on his right shoulder, so I did not like that. The accessories and the lack thereof is really frustrating as well. Also, too, the paint quality and application. I mean, it shouldn't be that difficult to do a black and white suit, yet the white that they always choose to use kind of is it's like a cheap white, so it bleeds through the suit very easily. Like, I think another one, so you can see right here, the white on this one, you can already see where they painted over the red on that one. Like, there's just no need for that. You guys can, Hasbro, you guys can do better. And then the biggest con out of this wave was that this Black Cat is the most useless figure in this entire wave. She is not a good figure. She can't stand. They did this stupid thing with the heels. They made her heels way too big. And also, too, like the face sculpt that they used on her. I didn't talk about this in the review because I was so infuriated the fact that this figure just could not stand properly because of those damn heels. Her face, especially the glasses that she's wearing, it looks like she's fogging up. So you can't even really see her face. You can't really see her eyes and anything. It does look like there's almost like some fog behind her glasses. Again, another good reason why every figure should come with an alternative head. This would have been a perfect one to just put an alternative head that had no glasses in it. Would have been very easy for Hasbro. When we're talking about these extra accessories, we're literally talking about pennies on the dollars. As far as ranking these figures, I do have coming in number 1, Brooklyn 2099, Peter Parker in the symbiote, Miles Morales in the upgraded suit, Peter Parker as anti-Venom, the Miles Morales in his Puerto Rican flag, and then of course Black Cat coming in dead last. As I already stated, and even during the video, this is a complete failure of a figure. Should not even be thrown in this wave. Do not spend your money on this one at all. Half of the wave is pretty good. I would say 3 out of the 6 are definitely figures I would add to my collection. I think everybody should. Brooklyn 2099, the symbiote Spider-Man for Peter Parker. I think that was actually one of the better symbiotes that we have gotten in past years. And the upgraded suit, and maybe thrown in, just coming in right behind it too, as the anti-Venom as well. The reason why the anti-Venom 2 is also a very good figure is because he actually came with the holy trinity of accessories. He was the only one, by the way, that came with an alternative head. I don't know why everybody else couldn't have gotten an alternative head, and especially when we're talking about Spider-Man's, you can just have the eyes open and the eyes squinting. I mean, that's exactly what they did for this figure, so why not do it for all the other ones? Again, inconsistencies. These are now $27 figures. They are knocking on the door about charging us $30. $30 for just a standard figure in today's market is really not much value anymore. So as I said, as of right now, it's just below 30, but sooner or later they're going to be charging us $30+ for these figures, as we already seen to with their Maximum series, by the way. That's where Hasbro's heading up to. We can already tell. The other thing too that I really hate, as far as the cons too, I do want to add that the accessories that they do add are really bad accessories. I do not like this accessory, this web one with the triangular. Just make it a circular that fits through the wrist peg. Their wrist pegs are so easy to do this. They can do it just like Mafex and just like Mezco does this. Again, turn this into a circular shape, and this way I can slide it right through, so it looks very nice, and it looks like it's in sync, and it looks like it is actually shooting through the wrist of a Spider-Man. This triangular shape is so ugly. When you take toy photography, it just does not look good. You can visibly see that triangular shape, and I hate it. eBay does make these type of web pieces. You can get like an 8-pack of them, I think, for like $20. I'll leave a link down below if anybody's interested as well. For the final score for this entire wave, I'm going to break it down to 2 scores as well too. Because Venom is part of this, he's just a standalone figure. If you were adding Venom to this wave, this conversation actually turns a little bit differently. But without Venom, the final score for this entire wave, I'm going to give it a 5.5 out of 10. It's just a mediocre wave. Out of the entire wave, 3 out of the 6 figures are worth it. And I mean, when I say worth it, I'm putting like barely worth it. I do like that they at least made some obscure Miles Morales suits from the video games. I do appreciate that. I just think for $27, honestly, if you wanted to just tell me like, hey, out of this entire wave, which ones would you really spend your money on? It's these 2 right here. It's the Brooklyn 2099 and the symbiote Peter Parker. The rest of it, you can just forego. That's what I'm saying. That's what I mean by how obscure and how bad and inconsistent this wave really is, especially when we're talking about $27 for Marvel Legends. When that comes out of my mouth, I want to vomit a little bit, because they should not be worth $27. We should be paying $19.99 for these figures. If you were to make the argument, hey, let's throw Venom into this wave, the Gamerverse Venom, which I do think is the best Marvel Legends that has dropped in a long time, and probably the best Marvel Legends that'll come out this year, although their Marvel Legends versus Capcom wave may prove otherwise. Well, that remains to be seen. But with Venom in this wave, the final score for this would have been 7.5 out of 10. That's how strong Venom is, and I highly recommend checking out and buying that Venom. And if you want to see that review as well, Jared actually did the review for that Venom. I'll leave a link down below in the description box. Go check that out, because that was a hell of a figure. So if you were to add Venom with this Gamerverse, okay, different story. Where this wave should go next is we should actually be focusing more on standalone villains. The Vulture would be nice, Scorpion would be nice, and Kraven. We can get like maybe like 3 premium Marvel Legends from those 3 characters from this Gamerverse. I think you can pretty much wrap a nice little tight bow on this wave and call it a day and move forward with your life. That will also remain to be seen, to see if they actually pull that off and actually make standalone villains, just like they kind of did with Venom, right? It was a premium figure. Maybe they'll do that with Kraven, Scorpion, maybe even a Rhino. That would also be very good. Just stuff like that I would like to see. They do need to get better too with being a little more consistent with these figures. Again, like I mentioned already at the beginning of this video, they really do need to add. Every Marvel Legends should, especially if you're charging me $27, should come with 2 pairs of hands, alternative head, and a couple of effects, right? If it's a Wolverine, he should come with a bunch of claw slashing effects. If it's Cyclops, 2 pair of hands, 1 alternative head, a jacket, and 2 blast effects. That's worth $27. Don't believe me? Go check out Storm Collectibles and see what they're doing with their Street Fighters. Those $30 Street Fighter figures that have articulation off the charts, by the way, and also come with alternative head, 2 effects, couple pairs of hands, and all, you know, that kind of stuff, that's worth $30. If that's what Marvel Legends starts doing a little more consistently, then I can understand the idea behind $27 figures. Then I'm like, okay, I'll pump the brakes on, you know, complaining about the whole price and MSRP. But until that happens, I'm going to continue to just bark at it because it deserves to be talked about a little bit more. Marvel Legends just seem to take their fans for granted. I'm getting kind of sick of it. I know some of you guys are as well, which is why I'm going to make this quick video, a rant and review. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button. Let me know what some of your guys' thoughts are on the entire wave, and let me know what some of your guys' thoughts are on maybe Hasbro being a little more consistent. Let me know what you guys' thoughts are on the Marvel vs. Capcom and stuff like that. And would you like them to continue making Gamerverse for this specific wave? Do you think maybe they'll make a 2-pack villain or something? What would you guys like to see? Or do you think this is enough and we're good and time to move on to the next thing? Let me know what some of your guys' thoughts are down below in the comment section. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. See you guys next time.